The mistake you're probably making when talking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is saying that Gaza is still occupied, because the UN has an opinion that doesn't line up with reality. But first, a very quick history. See, from 1948 to 67, the Gaza Strip was under Egyptian occupation. In 1967, Israel captured the territory during the Six-Day War. In 2005, Israel unilaterally withdrew from Gaza, removing every last soldier and civilian from the Strip, sometimes by force. Israel even exhumed bodies to remove cemeteries as well. A few hours after Israel's withdrawal from Gaza, Palestinian terrorist groups began firing rockets at Israeli civilians. For this reason, Israel and Egypt both established a blockade to prevent terrorists from arming themselves and hurting civilians. In fact, Egypt's blockade has been harsher than Israel's, but Israel's critics always seem to ignore that. A blockade is not an occupation. Some claim that Gaza is occupied because Israel controls its resources. We'll let a lawyer explain that.
There is another myth here that Israel has an obligation to supply Hamas terrorists with electricity and other goods, and that is without basis in international law. Israel is not required to fund or assist Hamas war efforts as it attempts to butcher Jews. And of course, since Hamas violently seized control in 2007, Israel has continued to provide a part of Gaza's fuel, electricity, water, and also medical care to Palestinian civilians that Hamas neglects and abuses.
In reality, Israel provides only 13% of Gaza's water. Israel also provides Gaza with 50% of its electricity, which the Palestinian Authority usually pays for. Even so, Israel has repeatedly erased debts so that Gazans can have electricity. And that's aside from the $10 million a month since 2018. Before Hamas's attack on October 7th, no Israeli, soldiers or civilians, had lived in Gaza for 18 years. That's not an occupation. If a blockade were an occupation, then Egypt would be occupying Gaza too. But no one's making that claim. Wonder why?